Приветики, пистолетики, мы продолжаем Хогвартс. Сегодня мы поиграем в основную часть. Я тут периодически, если получается... Ой, зайти в игру. Если получается зайти в игру, я исследую мир. И, соответственно, выполняю вот эти вот квесты на Мерлина, на там всякие разные другие штуки, битвы с пауками и прочее. Я это, конечно, периодически записываю, но смысла выкладывать это все не вижу по причине того, что зачем? Зачем? Не думаю, что кому-то особенно интересно, как я просто бегаю здесь и что-то где-то лутаю, вот. Поэтому я решила, что такие моменты буду пропускать, а выкладывать буду основные моменты с какими-либо заданиями и все вот в этом духе. Но желание пройти игру, грубо говоря, полностью у меня, конечно же, есть. Вот. Мы можем вернуться сейчас к профессору. Где у нас там профессор? Вот, к нему. И вернуть ему, собственно, луны, потому что мы их залутали в ближайших местах. Единственное, где я не успела побывать, вот в этой области. Хотя, похоже, была здесь один раз. Нет, не вот в этой я не была вообще. Посмотрите, какая огромная локация. До нее когда-нибудь доберусь. Пока что я успела вот здесь облутаться, всякие вот эти точки, лагеря разбить. Периодически влезаю не туда, куда надо, но не суть. Я думаю, это не столь важно. Вот. Идем в Хогвартс. Где там этот чел? Отдаем ему его луны, чтобы он нам дал Алахамору третью.
Hello, Mr. Moon.
Oh, greetings! Any luck removing some more of those demiguise statues?
I actually have some moons for you.
Dear me, you have been busy. Incredible, thank you. You're ready for the final Alahamora lesson. With this knowledge, no lock shall ever stand in your way. You have done all I asked. I only wish I knew who put those statues everywhere in the first place. Alas. If you do find more, please feel free to remove them. You'll be doing your caretaker a huge service. And if I ever find out who the bully is behind this cruel trick, I shall let you know. Thank you once again for your assistance and tenacity. Now that you've mastered Alahamora, no lock is unbreakable. But do feel free to keep finding demiguise statues.
Так. Вот это я не хочу. И это то же самое, да? Стоп. Ну еще не скипнулось. Сейчас скипнется. Ждите новостей. Серьезно ждать новостей? Ну ладно. Будем ждать, получается. Так. Погнали вот сюда. В 3 метлы. Что тут? Ничего. Зачем? Светится, потому что у меня еще одно очко появилось. Упс. Бывает. Тем мне и с одним норм был.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Hello there. Nice to see you.
Блин, у нее вот этот голос, я слышала, что сделали мод, который меняет ее голос на нормальный женский или что-то в этом духе, и там подняли бунт из разряда того, что зачем. Ладно, не буду особо понимать эту тему.
I'll say it again. Can't thank you enough for helping to
Нормальный
save the
голос.
village from those trolls.
Hello, Miss Ryan. I wanted to thank you again for your help with Rookwood and Harlow the day of the troll attack.
Sirona, please. And I was happy to help. Oh, those two are nothing but trouble. Glad you and your friend were here when they found you.
I am too. You were speaking to a goblin here that day.
Yes, Lodgok. He's a friend.
It seemed as though you were on good terms with him.
I've known him for years. We met when I was waiting tables here as a student, well before I bought the place. He was cordial enough, but we weren't friends then. His mistrust of wizard kind ran deep.
But you're friends now.
We are. Hadn't seen him in years when he came in a few months ago. But he recognized me instantly, which is more than I can say for some of my own classmates. Took them a second to realize I was actually a witch, not a wizard. Not all goblins are like Ranrock and his loyalists. Lodgok is as worried as the rest of us about what's been going on.
In that case, I'd like to talk with him. About Ranrock in particular. Where might I find him?
I assume your interest is to do with the rumors I've heard about Ranrock working with our friend Rookwood.
It is.
If he's not here, you might find him doing business at the Hog's Head. He's a trusted metal trader. You should mention that we spoke. He can, understandably, be wary of witches and wizards, even ones as young as you. That said, if you're looking for information on Ranrock to help rein him in, you'll find an ally in Lodgok.
Have you heard what Ranrock and Rookwood are working on together?
Not much more than the fact that they seem to have some sort of uneasy alliance. Friendship between wizards and goblins is rare enough, but between those two, they each want something the other has. I can guarantee it. That said, I fear they're like a two-headed serpent. Both will need to be taken down to stop whatever scheme they've been plotting.
You seemed unfazed by Rookwood and Harlow the other day. They don't scare you.
They're bullies. Plain and simple. Never tolerated them in my own life, and certainly won't tolerate them going after my friends. Don't misunderstand me. They're dangerous wizards and shouldn't be trifled with. They should, however, be confronted and reminded, whenever possible, that the rest of us have each other's backs.
Какая она приятная
Thank
все-таки.
you, Sirona.
If you find Lodgok, please give him my best. I don't know what you've done to make such powerful enemies, but please,
Revelio.
watch your back.
Там какой-то замок, походу, который мы не смогли открыть. Стоп. А где он? А он, видимо, не здесь. Хотя мне казалось, что... А, ну вот лестница. Чё это я? Походу, это не здесь. Здесь выход. Если я не ошибаюсь. И здесь выход? Так, стоп. А там что тогда? А, там ее комната, по-моему, была под замком 2-го уровня.
Revelio.
Да, мы здесь лутались. Ну и ладно.
Hello. Good to see you outside the castle.
You too, Amit.
Кто это вообще?
Welcome to the Hog's Head. Any empty seat is yours.
Hello, Lodgok. Sirona said I might find you here.
She did she? Did she send you with news?
No, actually, I wanted to speak with you. It's about Ranrock.
Now I remember. The 3 broomsticks. Day of the troll attack. You're the student he's after.
I am, and I need to know what he and his loyalists are up to. so I can stay a step ahead.
Let's say I did know. Why should I trust you?
Sirona trusts me, and she said she thought our interests may be aligned.
Well, if Sirona trusts you, very well. I may know of something that could help us both. A way to get Ranrock to confide his plans to me.
I'm listening.
Years ago, a heinous witch stole a sacred goblin relic. Rumor has it that it now rests in her sarcophagus, in a tomb accessible only by wizard kind. Ranrock and I had a falling out a while back. The relic could well repair the chasm between us.
Very well. I'll retrieve the relic if you promise to share Ranrock's
На
plans
самом деле
with
звучит
me.
как
We
ловушка.
will have to trust each other. I, that you will not abscond with the relic, and you, that I'll share what I learn. Gather whatever supplies you may need, and meet me near the witch's tomb.
Ну, если ему все равно доверяет, ну ладно, мы тоже доверимся тогда.
Revelio.
Так и быть. Куда он нас там заслать хочет? В темный лес? Не, где-то рядышком. Это что такое? А, на окраине. Ладно, мы не боимся, погнали. А, я еще хотела вот это вот убрать. Мне это не нужно. По крайней мере, пока что. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, раз, два, три. 4. А, ну. Ну, пускай так, значит. Я пока что не умею приучать игрушек.
Revelio.
Я, кстати, сейчас, секундочку. По-моему... Нет, еще есть страница руководства. Я думала, я все собрала. Ну ничего, я до вас доберусь попозже.
I'm ready.
Фига, он телепортнулся.
Good. There's no time to lose.
What precisely is the relic I'm to retrieve?
A valuable heirloom known as the Helmet of Urtgott. The witch considered herself a collector and purchased the helmet as a trinket. She cared not what pain she caused the goblins. Goblins believe that the rightful owner of any object is its maker, not its purchaser.
Wizard kind sees things differently. It's a wonder goblins and wizards have ever been able to work together.
The differences between our kinds are myriad.
They seem to be.
It may surprise you to know that I do not believe those differences always to be insurmountable. It is the reason I find myself traveling with you to this tomb today.
Там волки. А здесь, кстати, квест Мерлина. А ты меня сюда ведешь? Хочешь, чтобы я выполнила по пути? А мы можем бежать? Прикольно. Но он же не мог успеть сказать другим гоблинам, что мы здесь. Я надеюсь.
Ah, and there it is. The witch's tomb.
Oh, dreadful looking place, isn't it?
I wish you luck retrieving the helmet. As a wand carrier, you should have an advantage.
Ну,
Now,
вроде
before
добрый.
you set off, do you have any questions?
What about this helmet makes it so special?
The helmet of Urtkot is an ancient and storied relic, forged during a time of unity among the goblin clans. It inspired greatness, that is, until it was no longer ours. Then it became something else. A symbol of what has been lost, of all that wizard kind is taken from us. Reclaiming it would mean a great deal to goblin kind, and to Ranrock. He would be grateful to me should I return it.
It seems Ranrock and Rookwood are conspiring. Why would that be?
I had heard this. When the dark-hearted conspire, they seldom make their full intentions clear to one another. I can only speculate, but I imagine their alliance is uneasy and quite fragile. Let us hope that ours is less so.
Don't suppose you have any idea what could be waiting for me inside the tomb?
Considering a dark witch was involved, I suppose there's a chance you may encounter the dark protectors, known as Inferi. The foul
него глаза такие
creatures
странные.
thrive on darkness and the cold. Vanquish them with light, force, and, most effectively, fire.
It all seems clear to me now that we're here.
I do hope our alliance proves fruitful. Again, I wish you luck. I will remain here, eagerly awaiting your return. Please.
Окей.
Revelio.
Мне надо найти мотылька.
Sealed. Moths. Curious. Lumos.
Это мы умеем делать.
Revelio. Merlin's beard.
Что это было? Здесь
This
трёх
can't
не
be the witch's
хватает.
tomb. Likely I need to go further. Lumos. Confringo.
Нет.
Revelio. Lumos.
Что мне с ними делать?
Perhaps a spell would help open this door.
Каким заклинанием?
Expelliarmus! Repulso!
А, вот этим.
Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. I have a feeling I'm not alone here.
Ну, мы здесь не одни. Фига ты рычишь.
Incendio. Ah, they're certainly persistent. Ah, Confringo. Accio. Incendio. Confringo. Levioso. Incendio.
Ой, далеко?
Revelio.
Я не верю, что она не может запрыгнуть.
Confringo.
Не верю. Надо вот тут сбоку. Нет. А, понятно.
Revelio.
Сейчас будет какой-то файт. А нет, не будет.
Lumos. Revelio. If I could power it somehow, it looks like it could be rotated. Arrest the momentum.
Вообще хороший вопрос, как ее заставить это сделать. А, может, нет. Жди на ней.
This has a moth imprinted on it.
А
The same
можно?
as the door.
Можно. Забавно.
Wingardium Leviosa. Incendio.
Это кнопка. А чем мне ее повернуть-то?
Closer.
А вот чем.
Lumos.
Забавно.
Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa.
Это не то, это что я хотела сделать.
Wingardium Leviosa. I need to get that platform closer, but how? Wingardium Leviosa.
А, это я могу выдвинуть.
Accio.
А там кость. Можно как-то левиосу?
Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa.
Вообще я и так пройду. Ну нет, это нечестно. Есть какое-нибудь барахло, которое можно выкинуть? Вот это, например.
Revelio. What's that hanging there? Looks precarious. Down I go. No other way.
Что, по-другому вообще никак, что ли? Ой, не та кнопка. А чё я без перчаток? Я не могу уничтожить. Серьезно. Так, ну ладно. А, это не должно быть на мне надето. Шарф деда, чего?
Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
Это выход, что ли? Реально выход. Кек.
Revelio. Repulsor. Making this spin ought to raise that platform. That must be it. Revelio. Lumos.
Ну и дичь. Ну и
The witch's
дичь.
final resting place. Lodgok said the helmet was in her sarcophagus. Revelio. A dead Ashwinder. Your compatriots must have made off with the helmet. Lodgok, better show this to Lodgok.
Зашибись. Они уже все ограбили.
There must be some sort of mechanism for this doorway.
Сейчас я здесь выхожу, а там меня поджидают. Ах. Нет, я вышла там же.
Lodgok, the sarcophagus has been raided. I found no helmet, only a dead Ashwinder.
Damn, they got here first. We need to get it before Rookwood uses it to further ingratiate himself to Ranrock. I saw one of their campsites not far from here, but I fear you must go in alone. My fighting days are behind me.
I'll head there now.
Good. There's no time to lose. Get to that helmet before Rookwood does, or we will lose our chance at any leverage, no matter how small, with Ranrock. To think those wretched thieves have their hands on such a relic.
Да, зашибись. Место для посадки. Не открыто. Это в меня было. Может, кто-то сражается, кстати, с ними. Допустим. Или они с троллем сражаются. Слезь, не разбишь. Ой-ой-ой, тихо, тихо, тихо. Ну, подождать, пока тролль с ним справится.
I've seen you. I'm just warming up.
Expulsion! Now, this has become personal. Death from above! Expulsion! Flank this! Look what you've done! You'll pay for that.
Вау, 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 вау.
What are you folks on?
Ай. Ай.
Stupendous. Hardly felt expulso.
Я пытаюсь задание выполнить.
That all you got? Expulso. to do better than that.
Хотя бы одну.
Quite conductive, aren't we? You will not survive.
Блин, ну.
Expulso!
Ну ладно, и так сойдет.
And no one to share in my victory. Revelio.
Жалко, я не увидела, что тролля убить надо его уже дубинкой, но я думаю, я бы и не смогла. Не умею это делать. Умею как бы много, но не это.
That's it.
Ой.
This is for Rookwood! I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
Pay for your deed.
You own it. Play for your door.
Ой. Те кнопки. Ну, не те кнопки.
Nobody will believe I defeated an Ashwinder, but
По-моему, я не все забрала.
Revelio.
А, тут вот еще что-то есть.
Revelio.
Там задание Мерлин. Давайте выполним, раз мы рядом. Браконьеры. Это не браконьеры, это они же.
Revelio.
Я думала, браконьеры.
What do you have in store for me this time?
Leviosa! Also! Places! Arrest the momentum! Descendo!
Еще у меня есть.
Wingardium Leviosa!
Рисунки непонятные. Ау.
Expelliarmus! Depulso!
Это появляется непонятная штука. Нифига не понятно, очень интересно. Ладно, не буду пока делать. Погнали к чилу.
Looks rather dark in there. Never stopped me before. I retrieved the helmet from the Ashwinders.
Well done. This is sure to impress Ranrock. The helmet shines even more brightly than I imagined. The etchings, the contour of the profile. Remarkable.
It looks stunning, Lodgok. I see why you wanted it back.
You did the thieves a service by recovering it. I know many a goblin who would have killed for it.
Oh, then I'm glad to be rid of it myself.
Thank you. This should earn Ranrock's trust. I will take it to him immediately. It may distract him from his search.
His search?
It is merely an inkling. You have impressed me greatly, friend. I am glad that I trusted you. We shall speak soon. Best to keep our arrangement quiet for now. Many will not believe that our aims might possibly be aligned.
Hello, friend. I wonder if you might stop by the Three Broomsticks when you can. I would like your help with something.
As I mentioned, my sister Anne misses Hogwarts. She hasn't been herself lately. I'd like to take you up on your promise to visit her with me. I'm heading to Feldcroft soon, so I'll look forward to seeing you there. It's just south of Hogwarts. By the way,
Lumos.
hope you're faring well with the blasting curse. It's still one of my favorites.
Now that you've attended Beasts class, I've asked Deke to assist you in using the room to further your studies in that regard. Please meet him there when you can.
I've not heard from my Uncle Roland in quite some time. I've been beside myself with worry.
Lumos.
Что-то нам так много квестов дали, вообще жесть. Как будто мы ничего вообще не выполняли. Просто...
Merlin himself would be proud.
Даже не знаю, с чего начать. Надо с Сироной, наверное, поговорить. Она тут недалеко, так что... Записку. Надо записку забрать. Миску свою она грызет.
Revelio.
Булки. Это нам надо, кстати. Потому что... Девять из 70 мне надо победить. Уф. Я туда не хочу пока что идти. Потом туда мы пока что не пойдем. Ну-ка. Здесь целых 2 квеста. Давай с мужика начнем.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
He'll see it was a mistake parting ways with me.
Sir, is everything all right?
How kind of you to ask. The name's Ackley Barnes. And no, it is not. I'm plotting a sort of revenge against my ex-business partner, a conniving fiend by the name of Alfred Lawley. He cut me out of our herbology supply business, just as we were getting started. Said I was too volatile to work with. I'll show him volatile.
That must have been frustrating for you.
Yes, it was. Terribly. I'm simply passionate about my work. Supercilious fool. He's passionate about things too, as I intend to remind him by relieving him of his prized possession. A venomous tentacula he's grown from a seedling that was to be the keystone of our business venture. I can't get anywhere near it with Ruth Singer watching me like an augury. Lawley's doing, no doubt. But no one would suspect a student.
Мне
How would you
кажется,
feel about committing some grand plant larceny?
You said Mr. Lawley was your ex-business partner. What were you working on?
I had an idea to train venomous tentacula, create guard plants, if you will, that attacked when ordered. We hit a snag when one ate Lawley's Kneasel. After that, he cut me out of the business, the short-sighted fiend.
Why do you need Mr. Lawley's venomous tentacula in particular?
Simple. If I have it, then Lawley doesn't. Ergo, I can launch my business, and he must start all over again. I'm killing 2 snidgets with 1 stone.
What else is in Mr. Lawley's cellar?
All of Lawley's herbology supplies. He has quite the collection. Fill your pockets while you're there. Or to slow him down for a bit, and I can get my business going minus any competition.
вообще мне не нравится эта идея, но пойдемте.
I'll get the venomous tentacula for you.
Marvelous. I know a fellow seeker of justice when I see one. Take as many herbology supplies as you like while you're in his cellar. All I ask is that you bring me the venomous tentacula. Remember, I just need that venomous tentacula.
I need to find Mr. Lawley's cellar. This must be it. This must be the cellar. Now, to find that venomous tentacula. Revelio. Better not let Mr. Lawley see me. Revelio. Where is that venomous tentacula? Revelio. Now that I have the venomous tentacula, I should return to Mr. Barnes.
Incendio!
Revelio. Revelio. Alohomora. Revelio.
One who has been interfering with a rather personal matter. The Demikai statues and the moons contained therein were placed as they were for good reason. You should not meddle in the personal affairs of others.
I don't think Mr.
Какое дело я вмешалась? Ничего не поняла. Что он сказал?
Any luck retrieving a certain friend of mine from
Hello,
a...
Mr. Barnes. I have that venomous tentacula.
Wish I could see Lawley's face when he realizes his prized possession is gone. We'll see who's volatile now. Well done. I'll take it off your hands now.
Of course. Glad to hand it over, frankly.
I shall make an ocean of galleons, and Lawley's business will be sunk. Here's a little something for your next trip to Zonko's. Oh, to see the look on Lawley's face the next time he wanders down to his cellar.
Glad you came.
Hello, Serena. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something.
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I've actually met Mrs. Sprottle. I recently spoke with her about her friend, Claire Beaumont.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. please do give Dot my love.
Ah, Upper Hogsfield. Now, where to find Mrs. Sprottle? Not sure how I'd fare in a little place like this. Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect Horklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some Horklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you! How wonderful! The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting Horklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather Horklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Oh, goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those Horklumps. I and the
Я же ей
vendors
вроде
I
говорила,
helped
что они у
would
меня
greatly
есть.
appreciate
Зачем она
it.
говорит собрать их? Ладно.
I'll get that goblin help back.
You took Nora Treadwell from us. Put me to sleep.
Afraid to take it.
Careful not to get bit.
You may want to.
Incendio. Revelio.
Someone's going to regret trespassing.
Accio. Incendio.
You.
Confringo. Leviosa. This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned. But I still need to visit the cave to find Sirona's box of letters. Better have a look around, see about the Horklumps and the box of letters. Incendio! That's all the Horklumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Confringo! Wingardium Leviosa. Lumos. Revelio. Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Rest easy, my large friend.
У меня персонаж приседать не умеет, поэтому я так по тебе. Вот так вот. Жесть. Он у меня насколько, на 4 уровня выше был или на сколько? Где это посмотреть? Где это? А, на 2. На 2 уровня выше. Всего лишь. А было как-то больненько, я бы сказала. Ну ладно.
Revelio.
Дорогая Сирона, когда я попала сюда впервые, меня не покидало тревожное чувство, что я во многом отличаюсь от остальных первогодок. Признаюсь, когда я думала, что в Хогвартс мне не место, даже хотела отправить родителям сову, чтобы попросить их забрать меня отсюда, а ведь не прошла неделя, как начался учебный год. Как ты догадалась, вряд ли ты кто до сих пор задаюсь вопросом, как тебе удалось настолько хорошо меня понять. И когда я не забуду тот день, когда ты подошла ко мне в 3 метрах и села рядом, я тогда забилась в угол, слепо уставившись на нетронутое сливочное пиво, кусок пергамента, пера капли за каплей стекали на пол чернила. Помню, как ты сказала, что очень переживала перед поиском Хогвартса, мне вдруг стало гораздо легче. Казалось, будто кто-то наложил на меня левитационные чары. Я смотрела на себя и никак не могла поверить в твои слова. Передо мной сидела уверенная и довольная собой ведьма. В течение последующих дней я с восхищением наблюдала за тем, как ты без всякого стеснения очаровываешь всех вокруг, не в магическом смысле, принимая себя и всех остальных такими, какие они есть. Для меня словно зажглась путеводная звезда, тогда я знала, что тоже могу стать такой. Теперь, когда я уже почти окончила школу, та маленькая испуганная ведьмочка кажется такой далекой. Все это потому, что ты увидела себя в той девочке, потерявшей надежду, и открылась ей. С любовью, Мирабель. Прошу, передай миссис Поттл, что я все еще хочу навидеться к ней мистеру Спроттл, как только выдастся возможность, скучаю по задушевным беседам с ними по несравненным кексам в форме котлов, которые печет миссис Спроттл, и мне не стыдно в этом признаться. Дорогая Сирона, я сотворила этот небольшой подарок, чтобы поблагодарить тебя. Если бы ты не поддержала меня на тренировке по квиддичу на прошлой неделе, я бы уже ушел из команды. А сейчас мы выиграли Кубок Хогвартса. Как ты вран, обязан тебе всем. Искренне твой Шон. Барашек? Моя дорогая Сирона, я отправила письма мистеру и миссис Спроттл, чтобы поблагодарить их за гостеприимство, но перо само просится в руку снова. Я хочу выразить благодарность тебе лично. Как же хорошо было покинуть стены замка и немного развеяться. До сих пор вспоминаю, как мы подмешивались... подсмеивались, господи, куда подмешивались? Смеялись над тем чудаковатым гномом, а он думал, что поет. Я еще должна сказать, что пирог с почками и стейк, который приготовил миссис Спроттл, просто божественный. Вот бы съесть еще кусочек. Еще раз спасибо за приглашение. Впрочем, должна тебя предупредить, это совсем не означает, что на матче на следующей неделе я буду тебе отдаваться. В этом году, как ты вранул до Слизерина, как до Луны, с искренней благодарностью, Филомена.
This must be Sirona's box of letters.
Ух ты, господи. Я не уверена, что мы перестали гавкать. Дорогая миссис Спроттл, мои родители благодарны вам за то, что вы сопровождали меня в шапку-невидимку в прошлую субботу. По-моему, мама даже немного мне завидует. Я не скоро забуду, как мы смеялись, пока пыталась шнуровать лиф на новом платье. Мне еще нужно будет попрактиковаться, как и в том, чтобы прикалывать булавку к шляпе, не испортив саму шляпу и не поранившись. Но мне очень нравится все, что мы выбрали. Благодаря вам я теперь выгляжу как самая модная ведьма. Как было чудесно победа в 4 метлах. И не убирать за собой посуду. Однажды я тоже непременно буду управлять таким заведением. Мне несказанно повезло, что вы, мистер Спротвелл, меня опекаете. Мои родители тоже так считают. С искренним уважением, Сирон.
I think that's everything. Serona will be glad to have this back.
По-моему, я не все золотала, что было внутри.
Revelio.
Могу ошибаться, конечно. Похоже, что все. Стоп. А что за сундук показан на карте? А он надо мной? А как туда попасть?
Revelio.
Stop right! Thought we'd forget about that goblin helm you stole. You're the little sod that saved Treadwell.
Luma.
Oh, too harsh. You're a slippery little shrike. Think you're clever, cut.
Revelio. Incendio. Accio. Revelio. Ha. Ha. Revelio. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Revelio. any more cozy than Hogsmeade. Hello, Serona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some Horklumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
One of the letters mentioned Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aidan. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Care enough to remove my demiguise statues.
Pardon me, sir, but about those curious demiguise statues I've seen.
What? Who are you? Why do you ask?
They're quite clever.
Oh, thank you. A lot of craftsmanship and care went into them. I assume.
Чё это? Кто это
So you
вообще?
did create them?
Yes, I did. It was a ploy to give that pathetic oaf Moon a taste of the grief he caused me years ago. You are the one who's been pilfering them.
I am, at the request of Mr. Moon. I received your owl on your stationery.
Ah, well, fitting Moon would enlist a student. Too cowardly to do it himself. Hasn't changed a bit. Even when we were at school, he was a cowardly bully. Gave me a horrible nickname, which I shan't repeat. I was thrilled when we left school and he seemed gone for good. Then I started seeing him around Hogsmeade. It was too much, even if I do take satisfaction in that his life's destiny was to be a lowly caretaker.
Mr. Moon does a good deal for the school, and he's taught me a lot. He's terrified of those statues.
I know. You should have seen his face when that boggart appeared. Oh, priceless. That's when I knew what I needed to do. I simply didn't want to encounter him anymore. So, I shrewdly put a boggart in his path to learn his greatest fear. I then created the demiguise statues to keep him in his place, so to speak. The moons were inspired play on his name. It worked brilliantly. Until you started clearing them out.
The statues are a form of bullying. You'll know better than him. Perhaps it's time you both moved on.
Fair point, I suppose. If they've terrified him, as you say, he may have learned his lesson.
Клоун какой-то на челике. Так, надо пойти Мону сказать. И, видимо, закончим. А тут еще сундук какой-то.
Revelio. Alohomora. Revelio. Mr. Moon, I've learned who's behind the demiguise statues. It was an old schoolmate of yours, Piers Pemberton.
Oh, I might have known. Pigtails Piers.
I don't think he likes being called that.
Of course he does. Oh, he had such flowing locks, and we used to laugh about them. I laughed the hardest of all. Clever, clever man. I'd no idea he was so devious. I must go and congratulate him. Whatever statues remain seem less terrifying now that I know they were put out by old pigtails. Continue collecting them if you like. As for me, I'm gonna go and pay a visit to my old friend.
Так, закончим на вот этом моменте. Спасибо за просмотр видео. Ай, погладим кошечку. Подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки, все такое. До встречи в следующей серии. Все, крепко всех обняла и бежала. Пока-пока.